So I just heard an elected official, Jasmine Crockett, state that it is not law enforcement's job to prevent crime. With all the people dying in Chicago last week, 50 people shot, 8 people dead, with mass shootings happening, it disheartens me for her to say that. I'm not going to say anything disparaging about her. I know I can get a lot of likes and a lot of clicks and a lot of shares, calling her all kind of names. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to respectfully challenge her opinion. As a police officer, I did not sign up to be an after-the-fact entity in the lives of the people I serve. I did not sign up for that. I did sign up to prevent people from dying. You see, I'm an 80s baby. I'm a 70s baby, and I grew up in the 80s where people of color were getting shot down left and right. I would have loved to have seen a police officer, more police at that time. I policed in the 90s and the 2000s where bodies were dropping left and right. People were dying, people were getting shot. I would have loved to have more partnerships, more officers to be visible and present to deter all those precious lives from dying. It is my job to prevent crime. I don't want to show up after someone's child, someone's auntie, someone's grandmother got shot and they're laying in the street and their blood is running down the gutter. I don't want to show up after the fact. I don't want to have to make the notification that their loved one is not coming home. I would rather be visible, meeting with the community, try to deter it, be at the flashpoints, be at the anchor points, be at the hot spots so I can stop people from being violently assaulted and dying. And I would like for you, instead of taking the time to score political points against the president, to step away from your TDS just for a second and encourage more people to sign up and be law enforcement officers so we can be present, okay? So we can be present to prevent horrible things from happening in communities all across America, but especially communities of color, because I'm here for everybody. But I can't be blind to the fact that a whole lot of the crime is happening in communities of color. And we know as a law enforcement officer, I know as a law enforcement officer, that the vast majority of the people that live in these communities are decent, law-abiding, hardworking people. But we also have to face this reality that there is a negative exception of those communities, of that same demographic, that have overly embraced a violent and dangerous culture. They have overly embraced it, and they're hurting people by the scores. And we have to be present. We have to deter it. So please, think before you speak. Stop playing games with people's lives. Get away from your Trump derangement syndrome for a second and see this as an opportunity to save lives. All right? Look, I know a lot of people are upset with the surge and the National Guard and all this stuff like that. But I'm sorry, when I hear that for 13 days straight, not one black person got murdered in DC, that brings me joy. I don't care about the optics. If it works, let's do it. Let's do it to save lives. So please, I don't want to be an after-the-fact entity. I did sign up to prevent crime. I did sign up for that.